Hey guys, and welcome back to another edition of Ray's Garage, Renting with Ray. It's been a while. I have been very busy. I'm not in the garage today, I'm in my office. I got a special one for you today. I finally got my trailer done. Now, for you that don't know, I bought a 2025 Harley Davidson motorcycle trailer, 7x16 or 8x16. Anyway, a lot bigger than my 6x10 trailer that I had before. This one is actually a Harley Davidson built trailer, built by Best Built Harley Davidson Trailers. They are licensed through Harley Davidson. They have the colors and the emblems. The rest was done by me, just like the last time. I painted the interior orange and gray. I did the white trim in between, had my granddaughter do the graphics for me. This one is special. I did not cut any corners, and I fixed every mistake I made with the first one. Yes, mistakes were made. So sit down, lay back, don't forget to share and subscribe and like, and get ready for this, guys. I'm gonna start it off with the completed trailer and then show you step by step what happened. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so the first thing we had to do is kills. I'm gonna do 2 coats of kills, an industrial primer, just to have a good base for the paint and the epoxy floor. I'm not gonna do the flap because that's gonna have its own non-slip vinyl flooring. It's about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit out here today, and it can rain at any moment. I can't even wear a hat. It's hot in here. It is very hot, and I am doing the orange side. So half will be orange, half will be gray. Once again, it's hot out here. So I promised I would take you along the journey of making it a full Harley Davidson trailer. It's hot out here. So the orange is done. First I do the orange on the top, and then I'll do the gray on the bottom. I'm gonna do an epoxy floor. It's gonna be a little darker shade of gray than the wall. And then it's gonna have the black, white, and orange flakes in it, Harley colors. And then I'm gonna do a clear coat. Supposedly it's gonna be very glossy. This definitely will need 2, maybe 3 coats of paint. It's very hot in here. 3 coats of orange. 3 coats of orange in this heat. We're about to pass out. Okay guys, I'm starting to do the gray. The orange is completely done. I got 3 coats. 3 coats of orange. The gray, I'll do 3 coats of gray. The line will be covered by a white PVC trim with the Harley Davidson decals on it, so you won't see the swerve. I know some people will snap a chalk line and try to get as close as they can to the line. I don't have time for that. Plus I like the division between the orange and the gray of a bead of white. And I could put the Harley stickers on it. Make it look professional. Okay, so on this very humid day. Look at that. Not a blue part in the sky. Anyway, gotta do it somehow, right? I got one coat of the gray, the base coat. The gray cover's a lot easier than the orange. I did 3 coats of orange. I'm gonna do 3 coats of gray. Then I'll do the epoxy floor. And then I will do the coin, can't remember the name of the flooring company, but the ramp is gonna be made out of that. That's the lid. That's gonna be the bottom of the lid. And that's the flakes that I'm gonna put on the epoxy floor. The epoxy floor is gonna be a 1/4 inch thick. And I'm gonna have a high gloss clear coat finish on top of all the flakes after everything is said and done. Then hopefully it won't crack when it comes time to put in the E-track and all my strapinos. There's 9 cleats here. I'm gonna do the E-track flooring. Eventually, I could put 2 or 3 bikes in here. So that means I gotta buy a second bike. For sure I want another bike. Not sure what I'm gonna get. When I think about it, I had 2 road glides. So I'll get a 3rd bike. All right, guys, it's coming along. Well, guys, I got all the coats of paint done. I'm gonna start doing the hexagon lights. As you can see, I'm getting them ready. I'm gonna zip tie them for now, just to set them in place where I want them perfectly centered. It's gonna go all the way to the back. I'm gonna leave these lights in, as those will be the lights that I'll hit to enter the trailer. And then I'm gonna have a power box and everything on the side to power everything else. Power inverter, the winch, all the lighting. The hexagon lights are 110 volt. The rest is gonna be 12 volt. So that's why I have to get a power inverter. I might put a radio in here, not sure. That's like showy because I'm not gonna be in here long. Just loading, unloading the bike and transport. But it's coming along. Hopefully the next video will show the lights working. I'm pressed for time. I'm only having a couple hours a day to work on it before I gotta go to work. 2 jobs, folks. Little time. So, it's coming along. So, I got the hexagon lights on. Man, it is bright in here. Exactly what I wanted as far as brightness goes. It is the shizzle, let me tell you. Can't wait to see it all completed. It's coming together, guys. It's coming together. So this morning I'm gonna start putting the white trim on there. As soon as the white trim comes on, you can see that it blends the orange and the gray perfectly. And you don't need to have a perfectly straight line. It makes it a lot easier to make it look. See what I mean? And then those little tiny brad nail holes, I'll cover those up easily with the Harley Davidson graphics, hopefully. So that's the project for today. See some spots, the paint nowhere near in the middle, but that 2-inch trim lets you correct. Oh, here we go, guys. The project continues. So as the trim continues, I run into a couple hiccups, like right here at this bend. I had to heat it to make sure that it bends all the way around. I hope I can cover this like dent where it melted with something, don't know. Going around the corners is tough. It's just like keeping it straight. It has to stay straight optically. Definitely a two-man job, but I've done it by myself. So I'm gonna continue turning corners. I got a spot now where I just gotta cut a little piece. The bottom, I'm gonna put a trim on the bottom. That's gonna be a 1 inch or a 1/2 inch trim to separate the epoxy floor from the walls. I'm hoping that there is a small contrast between the colors, but not too noticeable. I want you to see that there's two colors, but I don't want it to offset. That's gonna be a trick. Anyway, let me keep going. Okay, done with the trim. Next step is putting some graphics on it. I'm gonna let it settle and let the glue dry. 1/2 inch brad nails, they didn't really hold much. They just kept it in place for the instant Gorilla Glue to grab. All right, it's coming together. It really is. I got it pretty straight, I gotta say. Should be a two-man job, but did it all myself. Okay, so graphics by Adrian. Did my Harley Davidson graphics. How about it? I love it when a plan comes together, and it's coming together. All right, guys, you can see I'm getting ready to do the epoxy. So I got this wax paper pre-taped trims so that I can tape the bottom. I'm gonna leave a little gap to do the epoxy. I'm gonna go all the way around. Then once I have that done, I'll mix the first batch and lay down the first base coat of epoxy flooring. I'm gonna have a white trim just like that on the bottom. Not sure if I'm gonna do the graphics on it. It is kind of hard to do it until it is installed, and melting the curves is not easy to do, and I'm afraid it's gonna melt the graphics. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do graphics. I'll make it up as I go along. So let me go ahead and finish taping off the rest of it, and we'll get started with the epoxy. Well, I got it about as uniform as I could. I put a lot of the color chips down. I wanted it to be prominent. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the video. The front, I didn't go crazy on because that's going to be all covered up. But it looks pretty good. There will be some serious shine to it when I put the clear coat on there. And then I did the edges of my ramp door so that the adhesive will hold the vinyl flooring. I can see a shine. I don't know if you can see it on the video. There is a shine, but the chips are flat. But it'll get there with the clear coat. I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple days and then do the clear coat. All right, guys, I got the bottom trim done, and the floor is shining. like you would not believe. You can see the reflection of the hexagon lights. It's got the texture, so it's not going to be slippery. I'm doing the rest of the trim. Started on the electrical. That right there is going to be the line to the alarm, the trigger. I got my panel here ready. The power to the winch, the battery disconnect, the power inverter, and the reset for the alarm. Gonna be a 3/4 inch pipe coming down from there. I'm gonna hit the batteries and all. I got my shore power here, it comes from the bottom. Regular extension cord will plug into that, and that will plug into my trickle charger for the battery packs. I'm gonna put the power inverter on the wall, the charger on the wall, and the alarm's gonna go inside this panel along with the fuse block. I haven't figured out where I'm gonna put the winch. I made one mistake, guys. When I taped off these cleats, see how that one has it resined inside of there. I don't know how I'm gonna break that one free. The rest were good. I just had a leak in one. And it's gonna be probably a nightmare to get that thing loose. I really never used the rings on the floor. I was hoping to get the vinyl flooring done today. The rain and the weather had other ideas for me, so that's not gonna work. I thought I would get some of the wiring done today. It's just way too hot inside this trailer. So I'm gonna try to finish. You see, I gotta use a heat gun to bend it around the corners and a nail gun braidor to attach it to the wall. I thought about doing graphics on the bottom trim. It's just too thin and way too much trouble to do the graphics. Even these are up there. So guys, it's coming along. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before I start doing the E-track, the winch, and what I'm gonna do in the front. It's gonna be special in the front, guys. Can't wait to show you. Ray, the electrician. I redid the lights so that it'll plug in through the corner. I'm gonna go get the toolbox I want. And I'll get the rest of it done. It's coming along. Okay, wait for it. Boom! Yes, sir. Got my electrical. Got my snap-on toolbox. Snap-ons from Harbor Freight. Got the electrical. Still got a couple things to do. I changed the wiring for the hex light, so it points towards the back. I had it pointing towards the side. Now I just gotta do the connection. It's coming along, guys. So you see that I got my wire now. It goes, looms in behind the wall and comes out here. Now I'm gonna take some of this flex with a box here, put the box on the wall, put a flex pipe, which I have right down there, you can see it, with these fittings, and that will feed my inverter. Well, that will pull from the inverter to handle the LED hex lights. Then from this box, I will get the power to the inverter, also with some flex pipe. So, it's coming along, folks. The sound you hear is my insulin pump telling me, take some insulin or your blood sugar's dropping. So let's continue. I want to get the electrical done today, guys. Starting with the wiring. All right, guys. So I want to show you Ray's electrical. Ray's garage and electrical. Plumbing comes next. So I hooked up the power inverter. Where was that? I mean, the wiring is all just temporary, so I can see and make sure everything is working. So I got a 3,000 watt power inverter to run a TV, the air conditioner, and my lights, my LED lights. So I got everything hooked up, and now is the moment of truth. I'll come over here and flick on my power inverter. Sure enough, we have power. We have lights. They are just as bright as they were when they were plugged into regular power, so I guess I wired it correctly. I'm gonna leave it on for a minute just to see, because when I first turned it on, see that? When I first turn it on, I hear a fan kick in, and then it shuts off. I don't know if that's a temperature thing, and I need to make sure that it cuts back on, so I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. We'll see. Moving right along. So the other day, I walked into a drill with a tiny, like 1/32 drill bit on it, and it got me right there in the ankle. This is a very powerful rare earth magnet. Check this out. Here's a piece of metal. See that? A piece of metal inside my ankle. Nice. Okay, all the electrical's done. The winch is done. All my lighting. I love it when a plan comes together. So I got a couple more signs that I'm gonna put on the walls, and about another 175,000 screws for the Z-Track. All the ones that are into the cross beams, the real anchors, are done. I just don't like, see all the holes? I don't like that. I want it to look like that, with screw in every hole. I am done with the condor. That thing is a bear. Weighs a good 80 pounds. I don't know how they get that it's easy. It's not easy, and it's not easy to put into the E-Track either. But I hung my little Bumblebee Eddie Van Halen replica. And I got a lot of the signs. I got more signs coming. I put some of these 3D signs up. Got 2 of those. Those are expensive. And of course my thrash and supply. But other than the door, which I have to do the flooring on, see that? I need a good solid day of no rain for the glue. But it's almost completed. The electrical is completely done and the alarm is done. I just got done 6 hours to do the ramp. It's got that non-slip quarter size coin. I'm gonna zoom in on it. I wasn't gonna do the flap, but I ended up doing all of it. Wow. Well guys, I'll start off this video by showing you the completed trailer. I am done. I am finished. I have all my signs up. Everything that I wanted to do is done. I'll walk through it with you and show you and tell you everything that I did. All done by me. These do not come this way, although this is a genuine factory authorized Harley Davidson dealer trailer. It did not come even with the colors. So hopefully I'll never need, but I got 2 fire extinguishers on the wall. I did the E-track. I have more track. I did not put it in yet. Those will be to be able to put 3 bikes in here. Right now it's set up for 1 bike with a complete walk around. I'll be able to dance around the motorcycle. It is 100 degrees in here. And trust me, I have a thermal cool ceiling, and it's sealed with white thermal cooling on the outside. However, it's 95 degrees today in Florida. 91 degrees. In here, turned into an oven. As soon as I opened the door, the temperature came down. I did a condor with the E-track adapter so that I can move it. I can adjust it and move it. I believe where it's sitting right now, it's putting the weight of the motorcycle right above the rear axle. I've got about 400 pounds worth of weight in the tongue of the trailer with the toolbox and the interior and all the stuff that I put up here. Plus not gonna carry the ability to rebuild the bike or anything, but I will have tools to do little minor repairs on the fly. Little shout out to 80 Van Halen. I had the Bumblebee black and yellow, and I swapped it out for the white one. Put the Bumblebee back on my wall inside the room. See my messy garage. All the electrical was done by me. I did everything. With a 3,000 watt power inverter. My NOCO Genius trickle battery charger. Shout out to All American Cycle. Thank you to my granddaughter for making me the logo. Couple of, I'm gonna keep my straps and stuff in here. Couple, like I said, a couple little tools, nothing major. Small little adjustments, Allen wrenches, screwdrivers, maybe a socket set, just in case. I'm not gonna store them in the trailer. I finished all my sign work. The LED lights, can't tell, but they are super bright. Had a couple of little misgivings along the way, but nothing that I couldn't handle. At the end of the day, I was able to take care of all the problems and complete the build. Again, this is an actual Harley Davidson trailer. It's not a replica. This is the real deal. It's been a long time coming. I wanted one forever. It was just tough to get on the list and wait for it. But now that it's here, I'll be pulling it with my Silverado Duramax. I'm gonna name this my 2026 Sturgis trailer because it will be in Sturgis 2026. Well guys, I hope you like it. I am glad that it's finally complete. It was a while. All in, almost $20,000. Please like and subscribe and help my channel grow. I'll see you next time.